it leaked a little bit, but it's not terrible. Those spigots are meant for 5-gallon buckets that are a little bit bigger, and so they fit flatter on those 5-gallon buckets. We probably could put a wrench on that, tighten it down a little more, and get that rubber seal to seal up, and it probably wouldn't have leaked. But that's why you got just a little bit of dirt in there.
So I'm going to show you all how to bottle, and we're going to have everybody do their own bottle. All right. So I'm just going to show you all really quickly. We're always going to spill a little bit, so have a little fun with it. I'm really just going to fill it up around to the top, about an inch or so from the top, do whatever you feel. So beautiful. So beautiful. So what we have right here is these are carbonated drops. This is really just 6 grams of sugar. This is the exact amount of sugar needed to carbonate your beer. So we sell these, it makes it very easy. Plop those in. Take our cap. And we're done. And this is the beer we're going to drink for next class.
I like that UK blue.
Right? I was going to do the UK blue. So yeah, so if we get, I guess one at a time, come up here and start filling one.
So Chris
Should
mentioned,
be able to look in there and see.
yeah, Chris mentioned that he had some issues of something not carbonating. So part of that is that yeast may have gone dormant, and so when you put priming sugar in, it may have been dead. So sometimes if it sets for a long period of time in the fermenter, you may want to have some extra yeast on hand to throw in there so that you got active growing yeast whenever you get that priming sugar in there.
And when I'm at home doing this, I always take 1 or 2 of those tiny little granules and put it in the bottle. So that's what I do. So yeah, just
There's sanitizer
fill it a
on the
little
table.
bit. And we will spill a little bit, so don't worry about any of that.
That's what mom's for.
So is this another step where everything should be like super
So
sanitary?
what I did in the back when you all were looking, I went and dumped all this stuff in sanitizer, so everything here is fully sanitized.
Hold on, Jonathan, we want to get that one forward.
Sometimes what I do when it ends up like that is I just wait a minute and come back and do the rest. Call it a day. Yeah, whatever you're feeling. See, so you'll feel when you do the bottle cap, it works. You think it's harder than it is, but it just works. Give a little push. There you go. You're done.
Well, you bottled your first beer.
I am the man.
Wildcat blue bottle cap.
Now the hard part is not drinking it, right?
So yes, so
How long do I have to wait?
So about 2 weeks, 10 to 14 days. So yeah, what's gonna happen is it's gonna, make the CO2. The CO2 is gonna go to the pump. It's gonna be forced back into the beer. And it takes about 2 weeks ish.
Should we leave this?
So yes, do not refrigerate this. Yeah, just leave this on the counter. Just leave it somewhere.
It needs to be 65, 70 degrees to carbonate, so.
Just put it in the middle of your kitchen table. Don't tell anybody about it. Just leave it there. Don't write anything on it. Just it'll be a big mystery.
So the one thing too, so Thomas tilted it just a little so the beer would run down the side of it, and that'll help keep it from foaming up so much. And so when you go to fill it, try to tip it just a little. And you only want you want a gap of about a 3/4 of an inch or an inch at the top of the bottle. So that's even a little bit on the low side. I'd like it gone up to maybe about right there. Yeah, that's pretty close. Yep.
Too much?
No. Leave half, 3/4 of an inch. That's all you need at the top. Jason, you can rock and roll up here too.
Yes, sir.
You can try it.
So pretend that I put this up to our beer and this is beer. All right, everybody, this is our beer. So the beer we just brewed, that's
Grab
sweet
a
wort. So
carb
then I
drop.
just filled this with sweet wort, right? So water always has a gravity of 1, which is going to be right here between this red and yellow. So water's going to always be 1. And when we add all the sugars from all those grains, it's going to increase the gravity, it's going to make it rise. And it's about 1050. So 1.050 is what our beer is going to be in the other room. If I put it in here, I'm just not going to waste our beer. I'm not doing that. And when it's done fermenting, when all the CO2 releases, the gravity goes back to this 1. So you can calculate your gravity by taking that original number and the final number. And in the back of your booklet, somewhere in the back, it has the little calculation to do that. If your beer's going to be what it's going to be, but this is going to tell you exactly the percentage. So we have this here, and it's a little complicated. It's really easy to do once you know how to do it, but reading these numbers is not too fun. But
I've seen these things, like the digital.
so we do have a digital one. You kind of put a couple drops and you look through it like a telescope or something. And it's always off by a little bit. This is always correct.
Let's just say the have you seen these ones that are like Wi-Fi connected and they plug
I have
into
not. No.
the air stopper thing?
We have the refractometers though.
But I like it.
The tilts. The tilts.
What?
They're called tilts.
So this is going to find our
Play-Doh.
gravity. So what we brewed the other room that's now sitting in the
That's,
down.
yep, that's pretty good. I would have probably gone
be around.
right there. That's usually about an inch.
It'll be around. It'll be around 10
So why would you?
And then
What does
when
filling it up
ferments,
more do?
it's going to lose all that
More
gravity.
ferment to do that?
And
Less-
So pretty much what we do is we're
Less
gonna take this
oxygen
original-
in the bottle to oxidize the beer. It's just
and then when it's done, it's going to go back here around the corner. So we
but
can
if there's
calculate
less
the percentage.
oxygen space there, then there's less chance of
So it's one of those things where I know.
But it's just used to
Yes.
calculating.
Yes, yes. So your beer is going to work. Your beer is going to be your beer, even if you don't redo this.
So you haven't used one of those?
It's if you want to know the exact.
They look just kind of neat.
Because
Because I think it gives you like real time or whatever, alcohol readings or whatever.
Yep, yep. I don't have one.
Yeah.
Chris has played around with some and built some, I think.
Yeah, I mean,